Welcome to episode 18 of this Let's Play series. We are playing Distant Worlds 2, and we're just about to go in on this particular attack against these pirates. So let's have a bit of a look at this one. We'll investigate the Dark Mutiny, and it was a pirate ambush, which was what I thought was going to happen. Let's just quickly go to that location. So this is now a pirate ambush, but we did send in our destroyer that we just found. So we picked up a destroyer, no problem at all, but then there's the pirate faction in through this side. So this is just a little escort. Very, very weak in comparison to our destroyer that we're sort of only just acquired, and so I will actually now send this destroyer in to attack the Dark Mutiny. We don't need to be watching that one. It's going to be easy to sort of to go with that one. Is under attack. Yep, no problem at all. I sent that one there purposely because I thought that might be the case. Quite often that's what actually does happen. Let's just pause this and watch what actually happens now with this particular attack. So the fleet is now, I love how the fleets come in like this. Now what we've got is we've got our big rail destroyers in front of the frigates. Now the frigates are long range. Let's just press the G key and actually really analyse what's going on here, because this is the easy one. We know we're going to win this one very, very easily. But there's another one that's much, much more advanced that we're going to have to go after. So let's just go and watch these as they go in. So these are all rail destroyers. They've got to get in very, very close. This will start to fire when it actually hits this outer rim. Let's just watch this one as it starts to come in. So this is the range of that particular one. Now the next one has got a much, much wider range. Now what we're seeing through here, if I just pause this, we should see there's an interceptor in there. It's very hard to pick it. Where is it? In there somewhere, right there. It's very hard to see it. I can't get in close enough to be able to look at it. Anyway, that's one of their interceptors. It's now come from here. They've got 8 interceptors and 8 bombers, and so our guys have got pretty good point defense. So they're going to be using that to get rid of their interceptors and bombers, and then also to get rid of the other weaponry that does come down their way. Let's just see what actually happens in here. They've destroyed one. We'll see that now they're going to be trying to build one of the interceptors. 2, we've destroyed 4 now, 5. So we'll very quickly get through before they can do too much damage. Now that's mainly, they've still got 6 bombers, and the bombers are now firing the various bits and pieces. And now the craft itself is as well. We're moving in quickly, and our frigates are now coming in behind. We're moving into range. We're now firing off the rail guns, and we should start to see this thing drop pretty quickly now. We've got a lot of rail guns in our destroyers. Our frigates have been targeted because these are quite weak. They're now firing their missiles, and bang, gone very, very quickly. Now we're not going to have the same luck that we did next time, because we did well there, so that was all very, very good. They've been completely eliminated. That's great. Just pause this one. So after eliminating these foreign ships have joined our service, so that's going to be okay. So we've got 2 ships from them, so they've actually now joined us. We'll dismiss that. And assign mission, build more stuff, which will be fine. So that's now stopped the attack that should have gone in. Just make sure I am still facing north. There was an attack that was going in on this, but this has now joined our service. So that's the Neroan 4 mining station was being attacked. It is damaged, so it's going to have to call in a construction ship to go and repair that, which is okay. But at least we've now gotten rid of that group. Press number 1. So this is now the fleet that we actually have ready to go again. And if we have a look at the halfway point, the next target is right in here somewhere. If we just go across to diplomacy, we should find, gee, it's not going to show it. I know it's in here somewhere. I thought I just accidentally picked it up. We'll just go back in and turn on the basic. Now where are we? There it is. So we're seeing that little symbol there. So this one here in the alliance system is, now this one does have, this is interesting. This is really interesting actually, because what this has got a yellow, I think it's a yellow, or is it green? I'm a bit colorblind. I think it's yellow. I think it's like a yellow nebula, which would then mean a radiation zone, which means it will drain our shields really, really quickly. Now, this thing here is really going to be very, very strong. This shipyard that's actually in here. So this is a large shipyard, LSP2. So it's a large spaceport. It's controlled by pirates. And so if we have another look at that one, I'll just turn off the location badges now that we know where we're going. So we'll just go off. And so you can see there, this one also then has like a radiation zone around that as well. There is something that's been built in through this side from the Boscarans. They've got like a research centre there. But the one that we're interested in is this one in here, which we've seen this before. It's very, very strong. When we click on this one, it's got a rating of 23,000, which is just phenomenally big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually save scum this one, and I just want to see what happens when we do go into it. I think it's too powerful for us. Yeah, they've got like debris around here as well that could be picked up. And who knows, this is unexplored at the moment, because that really is stopping everything from happening. But having the combination, actually, if we have a look at that, is that being affected? Where was it again? I think it's in there. Is that being impacted? No, see, their shields are actually okay. But ours won't be. And the range of what their weaponry is 12,000. And ours has got like a range of maybe 3,000. So we need to get in there very, very quickly. Now, there's a few ways we could do this. What I will do is I'll just go back to the fleet. I could actually do a surprise attack on them by befriending them and then coming and visiting and then literally just opening fire very, very quickly. But let's just see what actually happens in through here. So we'll just go and right-click, attack, and then what we'll do is I'll just go and save scum just before we do it. Now, it's got like a minimum range that it has to go, so it's going to have to bounce off this one to go into there. So that's fine. Let's just unpause, and we'll just watch this one as it does go through, and then we'll just, when it gets around here somewhere, I'll then stop it and have a bit of a look. Yes, we've certainly got. Actually, that one green. I wish I could see the differences there. But this is looking like the Gulrath Morass, and we've got the Volant Void. Now, if that's green, it's a gravitic storm, and it does look like a gravitic storm in through here. The Void, though, looks like it may not be. Yeah, these are going to be attacking. Well, we'll see what happens anyway. So we've now left that system. Discovered hidden items. That's going to be fine. Discovered hidden items there as well. Eventually, we're not as clever as, for example, the Actarians, where like the playthrough I've been playing on Twitch has been a lot of fun because technologically we're finding a lot of stuff, whereas we should be using brute strength, using the Mortlands. That's really what we excel at. Although this is exceptionally strong, what we're seeing through here. So we'll just keep this one coming. I do want to be back down in this part of the map because I want to be attacking the Mirkura system of the insectoids sooner rather than later. Actually, get that one sort of fired up and have it sort of go. Just watch these as they come through. Now I still think I'll probably lose most of these in the attack, I would imagine. But I actually think that we've probably still win this overall, even though we've only got like a quarter of the potential, less than a quarter, a fifth, to like 20% of the actual firepower that they've got. It would be interesting to sort of see that. Anyway, let's wait and see what actually happens there. I really want to break out into here. This is cool for me because this is actually, I've got nowhere to really run to take this, and I really want it badly. I've got to get some explorers out this way because I've got to find refueling stations away from their colonies and establish some sort of base of operations. Okay, I just can't do it in there. Just keep those mining stations going. What I might do is just go back to the build queue again, ship construction, and if I just go back across to the build order, and I'm just going to go and grab a whole lot of escorts. Let's get, we've got 31,000 there, that's going to be okay. Let's just go and build those. So if I just go and click that one, select it, they'll just build them all over the place. Done. Okay, so that means we'll just get a bunch more explorers, which will then allow them to start to sort of see more of what's around. So just grab this one. And I think what I'll do now is just do a quick save. In she comes. So we can then sort of just do a save scum if we need to. Yeah, we'll assign that mission. We've just got that strike force, which I'm just sort of sending around to wipe out different areas. That's a fleet that we have set on automatic, whereas this one we have set on manual at this point in time. So it's gone into the Turvek, a white dwarf system, which we're now seeing underneath there. We'll then leave that and then bounce across into this particular attack, which, as I say, will be really interesting to see how that one does work. I might sort of reduce the size because I think this will be quite fascinating to watch. Yeah, we'll assign that. Here they go, in they go. In for the attack. And we'll just watch what actually happens in here. And when they arrive, I'm just going to quickly pause it. They'll get in pretty close. It should get within the 12,000. Oh, they're really close. Okay, they've come in right on top, which is awesome. And they're now hitting, like this one's got 36 interceptors, 36 bombers. This thing is going to rip apart my forces. So the rail destroyers have come straight in on top of this because it's going to give them the best options. Don't know what that was. Okay, I've put it down to 25%. We're actually now looking at the shielding now dropping quickly because we're inside this this radiation zone. And I'll just now unpause and we'll just sort of watch what actually happens here. We're taking damage there anyway. This one's not being attacked, but it's still losing its shielding. This one as well. That one as well. Yeah, more of them are coming in. This one's going to be destroyed very, very quickly. Now, can we do enough damage to this? We're slowly bringing it down a little bit. There's an awful lot to do here. I just don't even know if we'll get through. They are focusing on just this unit here, so that one will be destroyed. It'll be interesting to see how many we lose before we take it down, if we can take it down. We're hardly denting this thing at all. We've destroyed 10 of their bombers, which is good. Are they going after any more of our ships? We've come right on top. Okay, that one's been destroyed. The rest of them are actually okay at this stage. We are wearing this thing down. We've now got destroyed 18 of their bombers. They really are hitting these hard. Yeah, we're going to be losing a lot of these. Frigates are coming in. They are losing their shielding because of the radiation zone. This is a lot more involved than Distant Worlds Universe. We have now got them around, and their shielding isn't even half down yet. We have destroyed a lot of their defences, but they've got a hell of a lot more to go. A hell of a lot more to go. So they've still got 13 that are actually still active. There's all sorts of stuff now coming in from the different bombers and stuff. These are actually still active. That one's almost destroyed. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. One thing I didn't have with these was ionic weapons, which may have helped a little bit. That one's still okay. Come on, just stay in the fight. Stay in the fight, guys. Come on. Shielding is almost completely dropped in through here. These haven't taken any damage, but they do actually have their missiles. We haven't lost too many. I thought would have lost a lot more by now. So what are they down to? They've got 41. They've only got 4 bombers left. A lot of interceptors. The interceptors won't do anywhere near the damage that we would be wanting, like, that they would be wanting. But this is going well. We've got a lot of not a lot, but we've got point defense on these things to try to protect them a little bit, which is what we're seeing with these short lines, just to sort of try to hit these the bombers and interceptors. The bombers are the important things. All right, we've actually now taken this thing right down. In fact, this is probably good enough to stay in. I don't think I'll save Scum, actually, because we're getting through their defences slowly. I mean, it depends on how many more of these we lose, but this may be worth the effort. Look, we're certainly suffering a little bit through here. This one's still actually going, although it's completely, like, there's nothing it can do anymore. That one can't do anything. This one is actually can still become active. The rest of them are actually fine. So we might lose 3 actually from this one. It's going well. So we've now damaged destroyed 9 of their defences, and we've now destroyed 1 of their sensors as well. Now that will reduce their accuracy. These missiles are still firing away at this big shipyard. Let's have a bit of a look from this angle. Very cool, very cool. How many has it got left now in terms of bombers? Still got the 3 bombers. And they're still trying to raise their shields. Yeah, good stuff. They're really focusing now over this side. That one's going to be destroyed very quickly. Press number 1. A lot of these rail guys have been hit hard. They were all targeting that particular one. Now they're back over here again. Can we get past? You can see that they're trying to build all the time. They're just not quite getting there. 1 bomber left. We need to get enough damage so that they can't start to come good again. Now we have destroyed a lot of what they've done, but they can rebuild because it's a spaceport. So I don't think it's going to be interesting to see if their shielding is now coming up stronger because they've now destroyed enough of my ships that I can't now attack with the same degree. So now up come their shields, and they've saved themselves. That was super close. We almost did it. We got rid of their armor. We got rid of half their shields, but their shields are now coming back up again. And they're now destroying the whole lot. So, yeah. So this was not a. This is something that initially I thought, wow, we'll get away with just losing a couple of ships here, but we've actually now lost a lot, and we're no longer doing enough damage. It's now the shielding is now coming back up top again. We still have some rail guns on these, but they're not going to last very long. Wow, what an attack! We would have to purpose build something to actually come through and do this. And I think we still have to make it very heavy with railguns and very, very heavy with armour. So it would mean actually purpose building an actual fleet to take this thing on, which we could do. I mean, you can see there we no longer have any option now. They're even repairing the stuff that was completely destroyed because it is a starbase. Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But it's not going to help us because this is just we're now going to lose everything. So let's just not do this particular attack. I wanted to see what would happen against something this big. This is interesting, though. It was very, very fascinating to sort of see this actually happen. So we'll press escape, and we will now load in the actual game itself. There we are. Load. And so we'll bring it back in. And we don't want to be attacking that one now. So we are paused. Now we've got, yeah, that's not a problem. I'll just dismiss that one. And exploration ships being attacked by other things. So what I think we'll do is we need to refuel. So let's just go and give this a new order just to come back down and right click. Actually right click, refuel at Brevis 3 mining station. So they'll just go that way. And so we can't do that. Now, I will need to at some point in the game, but I don't have to do it in the short term. And it would probably mean redesigning like a fleet and going with something massively big. That's really, really big and powerful, that particular pirate base. I'm almost tempted to make friends with them. Almost, but not quite. Okay, well let's start getting ready now for the attack on these guys here, on the insectoids. So we'll just unpause. So we're gonna leave that completely alone at Yollant Void. You can see no one has claimed that territory at all because of the nebulas and things. Like it's, you know, there's nothing really going. Although they have built a base in there, a research station. Oh, it's on very, very slow. There we go. I'll just put it back to normal speed. We'll quick with the fleets that we actually have. And that one is actually high level. As is that. As is that. Okay. Yeah, these are probably all version 2s as well. Oh no, that's still the old one. That's already retrofitting, that's okay. Actually, the pricing has come down now. It's interesting. Now, what's this group doing? 5th Invasion Fleet. We're not at war with them. Why are they coming in? So that group there has got 10,000 troops. They've got a general, an admiral, 2 admirals and a general. They've got a frigate and troop transports. Just watch what they do. They're going to retrofit at the Kula 1 spaceport, which is where? Don't know where that is. Now this group is the Harkonish Federation back over here, which we're friendly with. So they're coming in. I'm not sure why they're coming in. We can destroy them. We do have a fleet. We've got a couple of fleets there actually. I think we might push the envelope here a bit. We might destroy them when they come in if we've got ships that they're still retrofitting. The 5th is okay to go. That's mainly frigates, which is not great. 4th fleet is also ready to go. Let's destroy these transports. We'll see what they get up to first. Or are they missing entirely? They're missing entirely. Oh, they're heading over there. Okay. They're not stopping. I thought they were stopping. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's a waste. This thing is now coming back again. Yeah, I can't really do anything there. Just keep on building mining stations around the place, and when we find pirates in different areas, we'll then just go and deal with them. Okay. Still got a bit of time. I just have to get back first. Ah, damn it, we've gone back to 3% with that one there. Alright, that's a shame. Really, it's a bit of a holding pattern at the moment until the colonies come good, because you know that is such a drain on our resources. Got a group of ships there, that particular fleet, which you don't need to worry about. Little symbols, I forget what they actually all mean. I know that there's little, like when there's no symbol on them, it means it's manually controlled. When it's what did the other one have? That's a landing fleet, like that's basically an invasion fleet with the transports. I think that if they've got a cross like this, it's an attack fleet, and if we've got our 7th, which is somewhere, and it's got like a lightning bolt, which is a raiding fleet. Actually, where is it? set the strike force, which is over here. So that will have like a, we're not going to see it there really, it's a bit of a lightning bolt on it. So that is the, that's just going to be like a rating mission. And we do have things that we can get that one to do. Assign that one. We are ready really to start to invade. Now we're not invade as such, but to just take over and suppress and potentially invade this one if we can sort of see how many troops there are. Can we see that yet actually? Marshy Swamp with Harkonish. There's only 42 million, but there's a lot on the ground. A lot of troops. 872 defence on the actual ground there themselves. The Boscara Hive. So they've got like a lot of garrisons on there and still building more. Now we can bombard, and we haven't built a bombard ship yet. I think I'll still just go and get the shields first, and then we'll sort of go from there. That's a shame about that one. What we'll just do is control their space, and sort of maybe get them to subjugate themselves to us. Although they won't do it for long, I don't think. Now the first fleet is refueling, so they're now at the location. So they'll start to come in, and we'll start to see more and more ships being refueled. Once that one's done, I think we can then send it off to start the invasion. I'll get the 7th. Send strike force through there. Start to move that across as well. Control right click's not quite working the way I would have liked it to. Just get them refueled there, and then we can send them off as well. Then we have a lot of fleets in through here, so I've got everything ready now for the invasion. The landing craft, or the landing troops, are back over this side. Now I think we'll give them a declaration of war before we start. We could do a surprise attack, but I think I'll actually do a declaration of war. Like just from role play, we're supposed to be sort of honourable, even though we're super aggressive. Just wait for these to arrive. So it'll be most likely the next episode we then start the attacks. Now we do actually have still some more creatures in here. What are they? We don't know. No, don't know what sort they are. We won't worry about it too much. And I think we'll then just roll forward and keep on subjugating the centre. These guys have been struggling against these others, but they're now at peace, so there's no real problem with them. The Teekans, like, they're miles away. Nothing's going to happen with those. They'll sue for peace fairly soon because their war weariness will kick in. Nothing we need to worry about with that. Let that one just come across. Yet. Have a bit of a look and see what we can do here. I haven't tried this yet, but you can sort of plan your attacks. Set attack point, so you can sort of tell it that this is what you want them to do. So you can set up all these different attack commands for different bases or planets, where you say, okay, it's now time to go. But you can just set the attack point there and then sort of trigger it. I haven't tried that yet. We might give that a bit of a crack and just sort of see how we go with some of these things. Assign mission, build. Yep, Sign that one, that's okay. And monitoring station, no, decline. I think when we're at war we're going to be able to build those, but while we're not at war we just can't do it. I don't know why it's asking when we're not at war. We don't know where they're going. What are they? Just frigates. Plasma blasters. I don't think they're going to be able to hold up against us. I'll decline. They can come and talk to me. They're the ones with the war weariness, not us. Not that we need it. I mean, it's either way, it's not going to really matter that much. I wish that this was in the positive, actually, this cash flow. It's a bit annoying. It's because we've got too many colonies. So it's nearly ready. Well, we're out of time for this episode, so let's leave it here, and then in the next episode we'll then start the war in through this side. I'm disappointed in one sense with the series because there's so much more that can actually happen when you're playing, and we haven't seen a lot of the extra stuff, unfortunately. My Twitch stream has been just full of all sorts of really weird and wonderful events and things, which has been sort of quite interesting, whereas this one has not had that many events, which I like the fact that the game doesn't do it. I just wish that it actually did it for the sake of the series, but I'm glad that it is random. Like you don't know what's going to happen. Like in this one we've been lucky in the sense we haven't had too many events sort of popping up, but it can go very much the other way. So anyway, let's leave it here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.